Video notes, transformation notes. Sketch the graph of y equals 3 times the quantity x minus 2 squared minus 5. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the translations. So 2 to the right, 5 down. So 2 to the right, 5 down. So there's our new vertex. Okay, the a value is 3. So from this point I can go to the right one, up 3. Left one, up 3. See the vertical stretch? And there you go. Now, it says, what are the influences on the graph for changes in A? We have a vertical stretch. A is greater than 1. Okay? Changes in H. We have a translation of 2 units to the right. Two units to the right and translated 5 units down. Okay, let's take a look at the square root function. It says sketch the graph of y equals the square root of x plus 3 minus 7. So we're going to go 3 to the left and 7 down. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice my a value is 1, so that means I'm going to go over 1 and up just 1 unit. And then I'm going to draw my square root function. It says, why does the point 0, 0 on the parent graph translate to -3, -7 on the new graph? Because our h value is -3, which means to go 3 units to the left, and our k value is -7, which means to go 7 units down. Okay, rational function, 1 over x. So here you're given the domain with your asymptote here, your vertical asymptote here, and your range with your horizontal asymptote here. It says graph this one, sketch this one. Well, okay, I'm back. So we're going to go ahead and sketch this graph. So our h value is -6. We're going to go 6 to the right and 3 down. Now this is the point we move, the one in the middle. So 6 to the right and 3 down. Okay. So notice what goes through this point. The horizontal and the vertical asymptote. So the same thing's going to happen for our new point. Here's our horizontal and our vertical. Okay, and our a value is 1. So from this point we're going to go over 1, up 1, and over 1, down 1. Because remember, from here we're up here and we're down here. So drawing in our graph. There's our new graph. Now notice our domain is going to be all values of x. I'm going to go ahead and use this notation right here. All values of x, except x does not equal what? 6. X cannot be 6. Okay, we could have wrote it in this notation. We would have just replaced the zeros with 6. Okay, the range for our new graph, again, we're going to use this notation. This time y cannot be -3. Y cannot be -3. And again, if we were using interval notation, this would be -3. And they did this wrong. They should have a U in there for union on those. Okay, for this notation, remember that whatever's inside the parentheses, that is our input. We're plugging it in to the equation. Okay, so we'd pick 6 and we would plug it into the equation. So we'd have 1/6. Okay, now here, this is not an input. Notice it's not in the parentheses. So -4 represents f of x. Remember, f of x is equal to y. So we're looking for plugging -4 in for y. So here's our equation. So we're going to plug -4 in for y. So we'll have 4 equals 1 over x. Cross multiply. We get 4x equals 1. Divide by 4. X equals 1/4. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and let you try this one for tomorrow. Notice that the point that we're moving is the circle in each one. Okay? The circle point. It's highlighted so that you know which point we're moving. Okay? Let's look at the back. Here we're given some information. The asymptote is x equals 0. That would be this line right here going straight up and down. Okay? It gives you your domain, gives you your range. Which two parent functions are their own inverses? Okay. Which two parent functions are their own inverses? Great question. Which two parent functions are their own inverses? So think about that and see if you can come up with that answer for me tomorrow. Okay? Alright, sketching. 1 to the right and 2 up. Well, they didn't put that circle point on here for you, so I'll put it on there for you. That's going to be this point right here. We're going to move that point, 1, 0. So we're going to go 1 to the right, 2 up. So 1 to the right, 2 up. Okay? So notice that from our original point, it goes down along the x-axis. So from our new point, it's going to go down along the next point over. Just like that. So notice where our vertical asymptote is going to end up. Okay? Our vertical asymptote is going to end up here. Okay? So that means we're not starting at 0 on domain. We're starting at 1. But we're not going to include 1. And it's going to go to the right infinitely. The range, it's still going down infinitely, it's still going up infinitely, so the range is going to stay the same. So from negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay. Now on exponential functions, again, I'm going to give you that point for translating the graph up and down and left and right. And I'm going to leave this one for you as well. Alright, we'll see you guys tomorrow.